Morning, collectors. I had this is Lazy Day Farms. I had this when I was a child. I was like 9, that would be way back 1960 or thereabouts. And I bought one recently and somehow it gave me some pleasure. It's a metal barn made by Marx. Of course, my original's gone and you can't really find complete sets anymore. But you can make stuff up, and which is what I do, and I repair things, and I'm an accomplished modeler. I do slot racing and stuff like that. Anyways, as you can see, the barn is pretty good condition. That's exactly the one that I had when I was a child. It says Lazy Day Farms on the end here. This other drive-in shed, or drive shed as locals would say it, that was from another barn, also a Lazy Day, but it was a newer version. Over here, I made a chicken coop. I bought one at one of these place that does hobbies and stuff. Modified it, had the door open, put the lines, and painted the roof so it looks somewhat like that one. And I had a duck on top here that had lost his stand, and I glued that on there. Chickens I got from another set. There's a whole bunch of them came with it, and especially this goose or whatever, duck of some sort. He looks like he's yellow. You ever had a duck? Sorry, I was born on a farm. They get mad and they chase things. You know, anything that bothers them. They've captured that pretty good. Most of the horses are from recent toy sets, let's say. These brown ones, I have no idea. If anybody knows, I'd like to know. They came with like a child's barn, but the animals look good. The rabbits at the back here, I remember seeing those when I was little. Never had them, but have them now. You'll find this stuff if you go to all the junk places and that. The ATVs, I just sort of added those because that's a modern thing. That's what a lot of farmers have now. The fences are actual Marx. And these are too, but they came with something else, but I didn't realize they were Marx till I got them home and started looking at photographs. But that is actual Marx item. Also Marx is the hay bale, and above that is the pulley, which still survived with the barn, believe that or not. At the back, you can't really see it, but the mud bucket with the rail was actually on the barn. So I thought that was something. That all those years that actually survived. Of course, we have rabbits and different horses, various pigs from various sets. I always like to paint things. The tractors are new; they're not old. I saw a Marx one; they're just horrid looking. No detail. I mean, you buy them now for $6, and look at the stuff you get here. I live in the country, and I have a John Deere tractor, so of course I painted them John Deere. Another one, smaller one here, I just doctor up the tank, the watering tank. And at the back here, you can see this green stuff. There was 2 rails that came with the Marx set, but they had corn on them, or peas, or whatever. But they're all gone, but the bases, the brown base, came with another barn when I got this drive shed. And I had this stuff. There was cat grass I got at the dollar store, and had this like for cats to sit on artificial grass. And I plucked a bunch of them out, filled them in the holes, and glued them in place. It looked pretty good. The wagon back here is new, but the Marx is the hay bale there. The other hay bales in here are from Scalextric slot cars, believe it or not. And that wagon came with that other toy barn I mentioned. It was broken. I had to put wheels on it. Of course, I painted the usual stuff. And you also see a Marx anvil here. I have a garage as well, and I have my own anvil, a real anvil, which I use probably every week. And there's a smaller one here that came from a train set. Just sort of an oddball thing, but it looks good when you paint it up. Same with the tree here. That was from the old days, the old British Scalextric sets and stuff like that. The cows are mixed, the sheep are mixed from various sets, but some of them are very realistic. I painted some of the roosters here, put a couple inside, maybe you can see them up on the camera there. Ducks would be, if you ever lived on a farm, they just wander all over the place. Same with the chickens. You can't do that with civilization around, but when you're on a farm, they don't go too far. And I tried, there's apparently a lazy day pickup, like a not a pickup, but a 1-ton truck that they made with this. I tried to find one, but I couldn't find one. I'll run across it one day though. So basically, the fences here are definitely Marx. They also made them in brown, which went with Fort Apache and all the different forts they had out over the years, Davy Crockett and all that. And exact same molding, only in brown, of course. But these look, well, they're original. They came with another barn that I had. Anyway, it's a long story. You got to kind of gather this stuff up here, there, everywhere, wherever you can get it. And if you paint it, make it all look nice together, well, you get what you get, and gives you a little bit of pleasure and happiness in this well, terrible world we live in. If you just watch the news, you can only take so much of it. And just gives you some serene pleasure and some happiness, and hopefully fun. Surround yourself with the things you love. You know what they say.